and welcome to episode 30 of Series 1 of Master League Story Mode. Now, I have been really looking forward to this episode, as we know, our young starlet Keiran Dowell, who's got to be one of the most exciting young players in the Premier League. Definitely one of the most exciting England prospects in this second striker attacking midfield role in a long time. He makes up part of the really exciting, got Tom Davis, Jordan Roster and Keiran Dowell. And although Keiran Dowell isn't actually from Liverpool, he's been at Everton, or he was at Everton, from the age of 7 in their academy. So he's been raised in the Liverpool football tradition, which is one that's produced an incredibly large amount of really incredibly good players. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back down to business with Keiran Dowell. He got a goal in his first game on the dramatic improvement period, so he's made a really great start. I think Marlon Pack is going to come back into the team, breaking up the Scouse trio there. But, Davis has looked really strong in the times where he has had to come into the team. So I've got no problems with that at all. So before we get into the first game, which I haven't even mentioned yet, to be honest, but wow, Manchester City in the FA Cup, that is going to be a tough game. So before we get into that game, Ian Holloway has definitely decided that Aidan Flint deserves the captaincy back. His performances in the last game against Arsenal, but actually for the last however long since we've been involved, since Ian Holloway's been at Bristol, he's been incredible. So we want to hand him back the captaincy. Mika's been good, but Aidan Flint, you know, centre-back, captain, that always makes sense to me. As I mentioned, this is a real test for Bristol City. We've been high-flying in the Premier League. We're doing really well. We've made it this far in the Cup to the second round, but we've been handed a real tricky tie in Manchester City. Under Guardiola, they're looking pretty dangerous, and look at that side. So much quality throughout, and Sergio Aguero up front. It's going to be an absolute bastard. So let's take a look at the side. Oh, look, we've got a new face for Daniel Amartey. That's an update. That's nice. Fairly similar looking, but yeah, it's definitely looks more like him. So Marlon Pack, the only problem with this one on a downward arrow. Do we play De Jong go attacking again? I think we do. Why not? It's worked for us in the past. Everyone else looking up to scratch. Let's get into it. Come on, Bristol. In the last FA Cup game, we mentioned about the magic of the Cup, that indefinable, almost indescribable thing that can push a lowly team to beat one of the high flyers. I'm hoping it'll work in our favour today, as we are definitely the minnows. There's Daniel Amartey, complete with new face. He's just come back from Switzerland, where they've had that put on. A very expensive procedure, but definitely worth it, I'm sure. Oh, De Bruyne and Aguero, this is going to be tricky. Daniel Amartey will need all the talents that he has beneath that new face. Sané with the throw into David Silva. Angelino putting the pressure on. He wins it back from his countryman. And now he can launch the break. Oh, but the pass goes astray. And now Aguero's with it. But Amartey deals with that swiftly and finds Fred Friday. Ball into Keiran Dowell, man of the moment. Looks to slip it into Tammy Abraham. He's seen the run at the far post of De Jong. Gondoan did a really good job tracking him there, tracking the young Dutchman through the midfield. But, that was a good chance. Good ball out from Tammy Abraham. Now they find De Bruyne, but again Amartey just goes straight through him. And there's space in between the lines here for Tammy Abraham, who finds Keiran Dowell. He's away from Yaya Toure, puts it into the box looking for Fred Friday. It's a good header away. Oh, Sané's caught in possession by Fred Friday. Little back heel looking for Angelino. Somehow we've still got it. Angelino, though, can't get away from Yaya Toure, but it's pulled back for a foul on Fred Friday. And I think we'll take that one. Try and whip something in the box. Keiran Dowell over this one. His long pass accuracy is up to 79 now. Can we find Fred Friday or Tammy Abraham in the box? It's curled in. It's a nice one. Tammy Abraham gets his head to it. He rose atop of whoever that was. I think it might have been Company, who barely put in a challenge. Oh, he got ahead of Company, up above Stones. Couldn't get that anywhere close to the goal. But with Claudio Bravo in the net, all we need to do is get it in between the sticks. And it should be a goal, knowing his record in real life. Friday now, that was the wrong ball. David Silva's got it, but Rossiter puts in a good challenge. Man City don't want to clear. This is how we caught out Arsenal in the last game. They managed to work it well around the back. And now Gondoan can bring it forward, but not before Daniel Amartey says, I believe that ball belongs to me. Ball in the box to Tammy Abraham. That's an incredible tackle from John Stones. Much has been asked of whether this young England international is up to it, but by the evidence of that tackle, he's certainly coming on well. Keiran Dowell, another strong young player, puts it into the box. David Silva gets hold of an easy cross there. Sergio Aguero in the centre, got Angelino putting the pressure on, nearly wins it back. Stones is caught in possession. Now Fred Friday. Can he show the strength to get away from more than one of these Man City players? Gets past Otamendi. To the line now. Fred Friday does really well. The ball is pushed out by Stones for a corner here. What can we do? It's Keiran Dowell with the outswinging corner. Put plenty on that one. Goes very wide to Friday, who gets the nod back into the box, but it's cleared into touch. Aidan Flint returned to the captaincy. He's over this one. He's put it in long, looking for the head of Keiran Dowell. He doesn't win the header. And De Bruyne and Gundogan can clear. That's Leroy Sané. We've not seen much from him. Roster comes across to try and deal with it. It's an early ball from Silva into Aguero. He gets away from Angelino. It's a great ball into the box to De Bruyne, but it's a very easy take for Mika. And he throws it long over the head of De Bruyne. That's a great throw from Mika. Now Keiran Dowell steps inside of one and another. Still Keiran Dowell finds Jordan Rossiter making the run. The ball into the box with the left foot, looking for Fred Friday. Great play here from Bristol City. And there we go. The first half comes to a close here. And it's a tight 0-0 between Bristol and Man City. Although I think actually Bristol have had the upper hand. Stats don't show it. We haven't managed a shot on target yet. Man City have managed 2. It's as difficult as you would expect, but we're absolutely holding our own. Possession says that much at least. Our pass completion is slightly low. That's worrying. Possession-wise, we're still in this, so more of the same, hopefully. 2 good saves. A really good save from Mika, actually, at one point. And Rossiter scoops it up back into him. You get the cross in. Sané gets the block. And it's another corner here. We've had a lot of corners. Not been able to do much with them. Keiran Dowell's had a couple of disappointing deliveries. What can he do with this one? It's a good one, this one. De Jong jumps with company. Toure, is that off the line? I don't know, but he's kept it in. Falls to Dowell. Did well to win it back from Silva. But now Man City looking to break with Sané. Roster does a good job of getting back, as does Fred Friday. Oh, he's adjudged to have fouled him there on the halfway line. Either way, that's good work from the striker. Okay, 70 minutes in and this is getting very tense as Man City have kept possession for quite a while. That's a lovely ball into David Silva. Takes it down! Just as I started thinking about how Man City was starting to turn the screw they did, and the screw went straight through my leg and it really fucking hurt. And now we're a goal behind. It was great work, good passing there. The ball over from Sané. I don't know how Silva found himself in so much space. Only the sliding Angelino was there to challenge him. But he couldn't do enough. We're 1-0 down. Dowell looks to spread it early on to Fred Friday. Now we've got Friday punting balls into the box. We must be desperate. 70 minutes gone. The game is nowhere near over. We just need to play our game. We've been playing really well. Rossiter, great strength from him. And then it's a lovely ball into Dowell. First time into Friday. Looking for the overlap of Angelino. We've got options in the box here. De Jong's there. The ball goes over Company and De Jong. And out for a goal kick. Damn it. We need to respond soon. We don't want to go out of the FA Cup. I'd be really angry if we go out of the FA Cup. Although if we're going to go out of the FA Cup, it probably would be to a side like Man City. So almost want to put in a foul out so we can win the ball back and make a change. Friday's got ahead of Yaya Toure. Chip ball looking for Keiran Dowell. It's not in the right place and Bravo takes it. Time is running out here. We really need the ball to go dead. We need this back. Amartey doesn't win the header against De Bruyne. But Flint steps in, wins it from Aguero. And still Flint now. The captain there doing really well. Keiran Dowell. This is a great option here. What's he got? Fred Friday outride. Oh, the touch from Friday and then the foul in the box. What was that? Doesn't look like we're going to get to make a sub. The ball refusing to go dead. Only 3 minutes left here. De Jong wins it back in the midfield. Tammy Abraham, can he find Keiran Dowell into the box? He can. Get away from John Stones. Can he cut it back to Fred Friday? Ah, that was it. Could well be our last chance. The ball was there. Good pressure by Friday, but somehow Man City win it. But Rossiter's got in there, won it back. The tide seems to be going in our direction, but the last ball there from Rossiter wasn't good enough. But Rossiter's won it back. Abraham can't get it. Rossiter again into the box, trying to find Keiran Dowell. That is time up. I can't believe we've gone out with a whimper. Son of a... disappointing there. We wanted to make a sub from about 75 minutes in. The ball didn't even go out. Should have cleared it, but it's so difficult to remember to do that. I think not making a change at the end. Not a single shot on target. I mean, we're playing against a top quality side in the FA Cup, but I can't believe we've gone out again. Genuinely gutted about that. I thought we could have a run, and we just needed to get past City. Disappointing performances all round. Just didn't have the heart, didn't have the spirit. I'm genuinely gutted. Genuinely gutted. It's full of so much positivity at the beginning of this episode, and then it didn't happen. It didn't happen against City. But still, Keiran Dowell improves, and that is something that can make me smile at least. We need to bounce back here against Bournemouth. We're still flying high in the league. Let's not forget how well we're doing there. European spot next season looks like something we can genuinely push for. An offer for Engvall, well, that's interesting. We've really not played him very much. And we've already got a fair bit of money in the kitties. So even if this centre-back that we've been looking for does appear, we may well have some money for a bit of a wild card signing. So we'll see if we can squeeze a bit more out of Gustav Engvall. Hopefully a bid for Lee Tomlin will be happening. That would be ideal. If we can get even $1 million for him, that would be $1 million more than he's worth. Alright, with that little bit of admin out of the way, it's time to bounce back. How's everyone doing? Keiran Dowell, as we know, is doing really, really well. Tom Davis on a blue arrow. Do we bring him in? Rossiter played pretty well in the last game. Hardly pulled up any trees, though. No, I think we'll keep it as it is. Fred Friday has been so consistent for us in the league that I think we'll give him a chance to work his way off that poor form. The whole of the back line not happy again, but, you know, the last game took a lot out of all of us. Emotionally, I feel drained. We're up against Wilshire's Bournemouth. Come on. So here we are. We're back to the league, which is where we've been flourishing this season. Gutted to go out of the cup. Absolutely gutted. But as a little day trip to the seaside, we did well against Southampton on our last trip to the south coast. Hopefully we can replicate that success as we match up against Bournemouth, who are not doing that well in the league. Not as well as Eddie Howe, I'm sure, would be hoping. What an exciting young English manager he is. I'm sure he can learn a lot from Ian Holloway. I'm sure Ian Holloway would be happy to teach him. It's the long ball. We see it every time. And Angelino, very used to it by now, deals with it nicely. Friday inside to Keiran Dowell. Little turn from Dowell. That's gorgeous. Now Pack into Abraham. Gets away from Cook. Abraham slips it through to Keiran Dowell. Chance early for Keiran Dowell. He's put it into the keeper's legs. Friday couldn't keep it in. Disappointing there from Keiran Dowell. Great play in the build-up. And he continued his run. Nice ball through from Abraham. Should have finished it here. He's up to 70 finishing now. To be fair, the keeper did well. He read the shot. Moved into the near post. Keiran Dowell could have put us a goal up there within the first 3 minutes. Rossiter grabs it. Early ball in from him. Looking for Abraham. The spinning header. He's going to just loop onto the crossbar. It would have been a real calamity if that had gone in. But it wasn't far off, challenging the keeper. One's a Wilson now. Magnuson comes out. He's missed the tackle there. Angelino out to meet Smith. The ball into Wilson. Magnuson can clear. Scoops it, but Hyman intercepts. It's a ball. Not a very good effort there. Oh, but Flint, defensive breakdown. Back into Gradle. He's hit it. It's off the outside of the post. Oh dear, that would have been a disappointing way to give up the first goal. We're not bouncing back quite as much as I would have liked, but let's keep going. Let's keep working. Matthews back to Dowell. Been given a bit of time and space to work the cross in. Rossiter back to Abraham. Hits it with the left foot. Oh, that's not far off at all. Lovely worked bit of interplay there between Rossiter and Abraham. The nod down. He knew where the striker was. Abraham, good touch on the right foot. But onto his weaker left. Maybe what stood between him and rustling the onion bag there, because that was a great opportunity. Throw in here to Bournemouth. Look backwards for Hyman. Lays it off to Ives. This is good play from Bournemouth. Wilson in the box. Can he turn? Oh, Aidan Flint. Swashbuckling stuff. And now we've got the chance to break with Fred Friday. Powerful running from him. He looks across to Marlon Pack, who's in loads of space. Little chip ball was meant to go the other way. And there we are, 0-0 at the half. Well, we're on a bit of a goal drought at the moment. Yet to score in this episode. After 3 halves of football. It's not good enough here from Bristol City. One shot on target. It's a very even game again. Very even, but still Bristol City yet to find the net. Definitely going to make changes earlier in this game if things still aren't going our way. But I'm going to up the attacking impetus in this half. See if we can push for our first goal in a long time. Patient build up here from Bristol City, but Magnuson read that so well. He's in there straight away. And Abraham pushes it wide, looking for Fred Friday, who's into the box now. Uses his strength. Ball in along the box to Keiran Dowell. Out to Pack. Keeps it moving, keeps the ball on him. Marlon Pack out to Angelino. He looks to beat Smith, and he does. Ball into the box is a good one. Fred Friday at the near post. It's a bullet header from him. And Angelino, he was the creator there. He did so well down the left-hand side. Beat his man. He's always got that little burst of pace to beat the right back in these advanced positions. And it's the Archbishop of Banterbury. Bantosaurus Rex, Angelino, and it's Fred. Freaky Fred Friday, and they call him the Freak because of brutal headers like that, and also the fact that he's built like a shed. There's a triple substitution here in the 75th minute, but they're all high-quality substitutes, which is nice to see. Angelino replaced by Mings. Davis comes in for Roster in the midfield. That's a straight swap. And Robertha to come on for Tammy Abraham, and he's slipped into the Dicko role. We've lost out here straight away. And now Josh King coming forward. The substitute Davis can't make the tackle. And now Pugh. Matthews and Davis get something on it, but now it's King into the box. Amartey gets a challenge in. It's out for a corner. Corner to be whipped in by Jack Wilshere. Keiran Dowell's back defending. He matches up against Arta really well, and he's cleared that. And Amartey can bring it forward. I'd question why Amartey wasn't in the box. But anyway, Bertha's pass doesn't find Friday. And Bristol and Bournemouth even have got it back again. Ball into King. He turns, finds Wilshere. Great fluid passing here. It's the ball into the box to King. And Mika puts it over the bar. Whoa! You could feel Bournemouth really putting together the passes there. You could feel that a goal or a shot on target was coming. This was fluid stuff. One touch, two touch. And the finish is disappointing, to be honest. Mika made a bit of a meal of it. So it's Friday in the centre. It's a great header down into Davis. Looking for the overlap. Davis steps back inside. Still Tom Davis lines up the shot with the right foot. Oh, it's not far off. Keeper gets a great touch. Davis has just come on. That's a really nice run. That's very reminiscent of the way he's been playing in recent weeks for Everton in real life. He's teed up a shot there, and it took a good save from Federici to prevent the second. Cook finds Wilshere. 6 minutes left on the clock here. Got to keep the pressure on. Can't be allowing them any more chances. It'd be a real shame to give up this hard-fought 3 points so late in the game. Jordan Ibe matches up against the substitute Ings. He comes across, deals with that very calmly. And the ball inside to Magnuson. Oh, under a lot of pressure, manages to get it away eventually. We just need to play it safe here, really. Oh, spoke too soon. Ball inside to King. No. Nope. Aki out on the left. Oh, that is awful. And Matthews can find Friday. Can use his power to get inside of Arta. Still Friday. Oh, that's a great challenge. That was the only tackle that was going to take him down in that situation. A very well-timed sliding one. Friday, though, he's done really well. Can find Dowell here. Ball inside to Nigel Robertha. Maybe he should have kept hold of that for a bit longer. But the game is over, and Bristol City eke out a win here on the road. So Bournemouth played well, there's no doubt about that. They had more shots on target. The possession was pretty close. It was a very tight one in the end. Happy to get the 3 points here today. And Fred Friday with the bullet header after great work from Angelino. Yeah, good stuff. We made some substitutes in this game, which definitely helped. Definitely helped us hold on to that lead. But Bournemouth pushed us the whole way, so it was a good match, enjoyable one. So there we have it. We continue steaming ahead, and we're on level points with Chelsea now. Exactly the same record. Chelsea have scored a considerable amount more goals than us, but, you know, we're eking out the wins. Ian Holloway, by playing so offensively, is just not allowing other teams really to settle at the moment, and we're steaming through the league, taking teams off guard. It's the Leicester effect all over again. So there we go. Keiran Dowell continues to improve, finishing to 71. That's exactly the sort of improvement we want to see. So there we have it. A really enjoyable episode. The Man City game was so tight, but we couldn't find the net. We just couldn't do it. Couldn't find a goal, but we came back strong with another 1-0 win. 1-0 to the Bristol. The fans sing around again. We're not a high-scoring team, but we're a very effective team. I'll see you in a bit.